Welcome back to the Reset, episode 16, with me, Sean Tucker. Today, I'm going to help you stop shaming yourself for when you overindulge over holidays, over Christmas periods, whatever kind of times that you find that you just continually eat too much food and probably don't do enough exercise. So if you do struggle on these things and you carry that weight of shame and guilt for overindulging, this episode is for you. So over the last few days, this is a very lived experience. Since I've been on this working holiday, since been celebrating Chinese New Year and bringing in the fire horse, I've absolutely been overindulging. I've been eating a little bit too much food, feeling way too full at the end of the day, and waking up in the morning feeling a little bit, let's say, heavier in my tummy than I was the day before. Um, so one of the things that I love to do is, or used to love to do, was actually shame and guilt myself. Like, you did it again. Why are you so terrible? Why can't you just commit to yourself and hold the boundaries, hold the rule of not eating too much? Like, you've been on this journey for 15 years. Surely you can be disciplined enough to stop yourself from eating all the foods that you want to eat. Well, the truth is you can be, but if you're super disciplined and super rule stricken and you want to live in a cage, meaning that your life is just super structured, super disciplined, I respect that. That's not my life. That's not how I want to live. Yeah, I enjoy eating my snack foods. I enjoy eating the foods that are high in sugars. I do enjoy. I enjoy food. I'm a foodie. I really do enjoy food. And the past pattern of mine is absolutely the shame and the guilt that's carried from knowing better, but doing it anyway. So how do you get out of it? How do you stop yourself from the shame cycle? Well, first of all, you have to own it. That's step one. You have to own it. Look, if your goals are more important than the way you look right now and the way that you feel, then you will probably stick to your goals, right? So in my life where I've been super, super disciplined around food, especially when it comes to these periods of time where everyone around you is overindulging too. So I remember 6 years ago when I was doing my bodybuilding preparation for I was dialed in. I was 100% following the plan. I did not cheat on my diet at all. There was one or two times, I think, in the whole preparation where I messed up on my diet. Ate a packet of pods, and the other time this was with the permission sought from the coach. I said, can I have some donuts? And he said, yeah, but don't do it again. Cool. So when I was doing my prep, I was focused on my goals. If I want to get to stage, if I want to be as good as I possibly can look on that day, this is what I have to do. This is what I'm going to do. And I did it. But if you don't have really, really strong goals pulling you in that direction where you're relying solely on the environment that you're in and your identity, then it's going to be a hell of a lot harder to stick to the plan. And this is why I encourage flexibility, because what I do for the next few days is the actual test of getting back to basics, getting back to the foundations. But the first thing you have to do is you have to own it. If your goals are to lose 10 kilos this year, look, 3-4 days to a week of overindulging is going to do some damage. You have to own that, but it's not going to destroy your progress all the way to be like, well, I've messed up, so now I'm not even going to bother about chasing my goals. You messed up. That's okay. Own it. Let the shame go. Let the guilt go. Now what? Now what's the plan? You don't have to work harder to work it off, because once again, that's using the shame and the guilt for motivation. Just get back on the horse. That's all it is. Step 2 is get back on the horse. And how ironic that it's the fire horse that we've just welcomed this Lunar New Year into. Just get back on the fire horse. The thing about the fire horse is it's action oriented. So if you don't have clarity around where it is that you're headed and you're not taking action towards that direction, you will be penalized. You will feel the consequence of it. But if you simply get back on the horse and you pedal towards where you're going, just keep going. Just keep going. The thing that pops up in my head now is just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Right? It's a lot more simple than the thought process around the plan that you have to create to overcome the guilt and the shame because you messed up. And I wouldn't even say that you've messed up. I'd say that you probably let go a little bit. Because what is life when it's 100% strict? It's too damn serious. I've been on that roller coaster of being too damn serious about life. It's not fun. It's not joyful. It's actually the other side. It's quite painful and a lot of suffering. And that's not the kind of life that I want to live. I want to live life through the experience of being able to choose that I am joyful. So for some people, they like having that discipline. They like having that structure. They like having that driving for perfection in their life when it comes to their body. And they will absolutely not let anyone, let's say, threaten their goals. If it's not in alignment with their goals, they won't let it in. And that's cool. I respect that. Once again, that's not me. So I think the step that comes before even step 1 is just acknowledging who you are. Because if you don't know what's important to you, well, you're going to let the world dictate what's important to you. And that's not a life that's chosen. That's a life that's given. So maybe sit with that a little bit longer. The last step I would do in overcoming overindulging, especially when it comes to food, is if you're feeling sluggish, if you're feeling really heavy, see if you can slow down your system a little bit. Just notice your breathing. If your breathing is really shallow, see if you can deepen it. See if you can connect back to your body, because one of the things that will prevent you from moving forward is if you're staying a lot up in your head, which means your breaths are probably a little bit shorter. You're probably stuck in a little bit more survival mode, right? You're looking for threats. You're looking for people to acknowledge that you messed up on whatever it is, right? Because if you are a little bit different, the next time you're around all of the family and the people that, you consider family and friends, and you start saying, look, I'm not going to do the same thing as I did last time, and not even say it, but the way that you behave and the way that you act is different, then the people around you will think that you're different, that you're changing, and that threatens them. That makes them think like they're not good enough, or what happens to this person if they change? Am I going to lose this person? And this happens at a deeper unconscious level of the mind. So change is hard because people around you have an idea of who they think you are. Right? They've already scripted an identity for you. And same thing for you for them. So once again, to reiterate, coming back to what's important to you. If your goals are important to you, you will stick to it. Don't let the shame and the guilt hold you back from moving again and getting back on the horse and getting after your goals. So in summary, if you overindulged, awesome. You probably relaxed, you probably rested more, probably feeling a little bit heavier in your body. And that's okay. Just slow it down a little bit, but get back on the horse because you're worth it. You deserve it. And what's a life that doesn't allow flexibility? That's a life to me half lived. It's too damn serious. Maybe you just give yourself a break. Keep heading towards where it is you want to go. It's as simple as that. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's episode.